So we come after the terrible business of the fire, and I can remember coming around here, I think it was late in the day when the fire had been taken under control and things were left in a huge mess, and speaking with those that were here, not with any sense of we've got to find the person who did this, not with any anger, not with any bitterness, but with a real sense of this is an opportunity to come together, to do things together. And I had a great sense of pride in my own congregation offering that you could come and be at All Saints and to use the church hall there and to make that your home for the time being while we waited for this transformation. And if any of you had been here before, or before the fire or just after the fire, you would not recognise this place. This has been transformed into a most beautiful, open, lovely place where God can be encountered. And so I thank you, and on behalf of my colleague who is now the rector at All Saints, thank you for allowing us to be part of your community. So thank you very much.
Now I would like to invite Graham Betts from Victoria Place, and he has been supporting us through the last year and a half while we are going through this difficult time, to please come and say some words. Graham Betts.
Thank you, and thank you, Sharon Howard, for the invitation today. I came into my role, which is normally the local area commander for Geelong, about 3 years ago, and one of the first hands of friendship that came out was shaking hands. So this is not the first time I've been here, and it's fortunate that I came to this place before that it burned down and met a number of the people who worship here. And it was clear when I came here that it was a place of worship and a place of friendship and a place of kindness. And then, nearly 2 years ago now, I was at home and woke up quite early in the morning to hear that it had been burnt down. And I thought, well, how's this going to impact the community? Not just your community, but the whole community. How will people react to it? Will there be anger? And what will people do? And then, as I drove away, as I had to do, I was listening to radio, not just the police radio, but the community radios, the 3AWs and the ABCs. And Sheikh Mohammed was interviewed on both, and I was curious just to see how he'd react. He was personally really damaged by not just the fact that it was a fire in this place, but also by the fact that he and his family were next door, and he, more than anyone, had a right to be angry and to be disillusioned with the person who had done this. And from the start, he's always spoke about the need to have peace and to seek forgiveness and to rebuild. So, I find myself here 2 years after the event, and unfortunately I can't tell you that we've solved the problem. I think when I spoke to the worshippers and to the Sheikh Mohammed now nearly 2 years ago about the investigation, we believe we identified a person who's most likely responsible. We never did quite get the evidence that we need, and we're still trying to pursue that to charge them. But I would like to thank all people who were part of this community for staying peaceful, for focusing on the true worth of this place and rebuilding it in harmony. And you look at it today, it's a terrific building and a great place to reflect upon all the good things about your faith. So thank you again for inviting me back. I'm hopeful that this will not be the last time I see you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Graham. Now I would like to invite President of Islamic Council of Victoria, Muhammad Mohaiddin, to come to the stage and say some words.
Assalamu alaikum. May I first begin by invoking the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this wonderful building, and may the grace of Allah be with us always. And also like to pay my respects to the traditional owners of this land we meet in, and acknowledge the leaders, past, present, and the future. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh and Bishop Peter. We met before, and he did attend our annual dinner last year at Ballarat. And it's a wonderful occasion. I also see some presidents of various mosques here who are here with us. They've traveled from Melbourne as well. And it's always a pleasure when we open a new mosque. But this is not a new mosque. This is the spirit of the community that is here. The community has risen above all what has happened 2 years ago when we heard the disaster that took place. The first thing I did was ring Brother Imran and ask how we could help from the ICV, and I think Brother Bayram was president that time visited the mosque here. Ours is a small community. We are not that large. In Victoria, we are about 200,000. But one of the key things that we have always benefited is the interfaith dialogue that exists within the various communities. As Muslims, we believe and respect all faiths. And this is something that we always try and promote within our local community and the outside community as well. Today, the success and I think the support that we have had over the years from the interfaith communities here is acknowledged by their presence here, and today the strong leadership that we have here at our mosque. May I wish you all the very best and a show of our fullest support, and thank the interfaith community for all your support and continued presence here. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Brother Marta. Now I would like to invite Councillor Anthony Aiken, who is representing the Geelong Mayor, who couldn't come due to some commitments.
On behalf of Council, I would like to pay our respects to the traditional first owners and first people of the land of Australia, and that is the Wadawurrung people and their traditional owners. And I also wish to pay respects to their elders past and present. I'd like to acknowledge the Honourable Richard Miles, our local federal member for the area here. I'd like to acknowledge the Imam and the work that he's actually done in the community, and I don't know if the congregation and community knows that Imam had a very big role in the creative and clever Future Vision document, and he actually participated, and Council was very welcome for that participation. I also wish to acknowledge our special guests that we have here, and most importantly welcome our guests from outside of Geelong, and welcome the people of Geelong into the mosque today. Well, good afternoon, and from such sadness, great joy can actually come, and today is an example of that. I suspect the sadness that the community had 2 years ago was immense, but you do have every reason to celebrate today the official opening of what has turned out to be a beautiful rejuvenation of your mosque.